want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
The tourists come over to chill on the beach, but they don't come over the hill where we sleep. We got nightmares and they got fantasies. No sanity, it's just insanity. My mommy hoping nothing happens to me.
That's good. You get the mic team, right?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do we start this off? I already start the first of all, Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Oh, shake your shoulder. Shake your shoulder, shake your shoulder, shake your shoulder. So, welcome back. We on another episode of Erryting Kool. You wondering, okay, what craziness Justin up to again? Why you in full costume, and why you next to this lovely lady on my right? Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is SJ. I go by SJ Slays for my cosplay page and brand.
Okay. And what are you dressed as today, SJ?
Today I am Cammy White from Street Fighter.
Cammy White. Y'all thought we was in the video game, but no. We in real life. And then we have one of my other good friends. Please introduce yourself.
My name is itsCherahyl. You can follow me at itsCherahyl. I wear the mask because I'm a mysterious person,
I feel that in my soul.
Yeah.
She said she's a mysterious person. Like, I invite her. She said she didn't really know nothing about comic books, anime, but I'm like, you wear a mask, so just come. Because I'm going to be in a mask. Everybody going to be in a mask. Everybody going to be dressed up and everything like that. So, I feel like being eccentric to it. So, typically on Erryting Kool, we like to do a segment where we say the Bahamian word, phrase, or saying of the day. And
All right.
I can let you, Shannon, come on, give us the Bahamian word, phrase, or saying of the day.
Being have.
Being have.
Being have is my favorite one.
What that mean? What that mean?
That means like when people ask you behaving in like, are you being good? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? But no, we said you being have. Child, you being have.
So I didn't think we being here today.
No, not at all. Not at all.
We are not being here today, but So tell us, Shannon, what are we doing here today? And give us a quick rundown, and then we're gonna get into our discussion for the day. All things fun, like fictional. Comic books, anime, cartoons. What I forget? Video games.
Yes.
All that good stuff, like just at a whole like geek culture.
Yep. Well, today we're at the Geek Out. This is actually our first year anniversary.
Oh, first year anniversary.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. We started a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's actually a little incredible how fast things evolved. Last year, Ashley, who is the founder of the Geek Out, she started just doing anime shows in the back of her house in her yard. So she would do showings and she would invite people to come. And slowly over time, she was like, you know what? Introverts like to be inside. We should host these things inside, especially, with Bahamian, the rain season and everything. So we transitioned to venues. We were at Incudus for a little while, then Venture Co-working, and now we're at the Dundas, which is very nice.
That is so amazing. That is so great. So, like for me, seeing something like this remind me when I was living in Atlanta. And, in Atlanta, they have Dragon Con and MomoCon. So going out in the street and seeing like the parades, different cosplayers, and, and I just actually going to there, and then, people in character crawling over the floor. And I'm just like, this is just amazing.
Yeah, it is. We really were passionate about bringing something like this to the Bahamas. It's not quite a con yet, but
I want to make it a con. That's on my, agenda.
Eventually. For right now, it is kind of a geek easy. I think my hat fell off, but oh well. So it's kind of a geek easy. It's just something we put on at the end of every month, the last Sunday of every month for right now, except for December.
Okay.
And today we're actually hosting our very first cosplay competition.
Oh.
I'm a judge.
Oh yeah, she's on trial right now. Right now they're having the trial of Goku. Is he a good father?
Yep.
Please answer below in the script in the comment section. Answer it below. Is Goku a good father?
I'm supposed to be a character witness, but I'm not sure which side I'm on yet. Not sure where I stand on that.
Oh man. Well, is he a good father? I mean, he saves the world.
It's debatable. It's debatable. And because I'm as Cammy today, she's in the military, so she could understand that whole having to leave your kids to do what needs to be done. So that might be where I'm leaning towards.
Yes. So let's go to the genesis of it all. I think, especially, me growing up in the 90s, you like the 80s and 90s baby, the boom. Mm-hmm. The first boom, like as cartoons of all the different comic book characters and different cartoons. So like for instance, I was born in 92, so...
Whoa, you young.
Yeah. So
I feel real old right now.
So like around that time, I think the Batman, the animated series was going on.
That was my jam.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, I mean, we could put a little...
That's cool. Because it might come out, so I'm just warning you.
So, we might, and then like 96 was Superman, the animated series, and then that like Cartoon Network was coming on the scene around that time.
Yep.
DBZ had just come over to the West, because by the time Toonami started running, and Toonami was like a lot of people in the West first time watching anime. That
was the gateway to anime.
Yeah. So when you were as a child, what got you into comic books, anime, video games, all that good stuff?
Well, I have to say, I want to say from the age 1 to 5, I lived in Exuma. And I know that they would play the old 60s Batman in reruns, and then they would play Batman the Animated Series. So I got both of those, and they were really my gateway towards fiction and comic books, and I just fell in love, especially to this day, the Batman mythos and all of that. They're still very near and dear to my heart, especially Catwoman. She's my favorite character of all time still to this day.
That's amazing. Cherahyl, what about you?
What's the question? Go ahead.
No, I say, what was your first introduction to comic books, anime, video games, and things like that?
Well,
because I know you used to watch either Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network.
I never had Disney, but I used to watch Nickelodeon.
I never had Disney either.
Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. I don't know. Pokemon is anime?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I used to watch a little
So you
bit.
don't even know Pokemon is anime,
Yeah.
and that's how it crossed over and became pop culture in the West.
Yeah, I used to watch a little bit of Pokemon, but other
You used
than
to
that,
watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
no.
Okay,
No, not at
Yu-Gi-Oh
all.
is anime, basic anime.
Yeah. So between Batman and Dragon Ball Z, those were the first for me.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And then Sailor Moon and all of those things that whole run on Toonami had with Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Gundam Wing, Rurouni Kenshin, Tenchi Muyo, all of those were that was my afternoon.
Yeah, and then Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, Yu Yu Hakusho.
It's like a class for me.
Man, you don't
You
worry,
need to
don't
watch
worry.
them.
They're
We just
amazing.
gave you a recommendation list. You need to watch them.
Listen to me. When I went to college, I went to art school in 2012
Where?
to the Art Institute of Atlanta.
Nice.
So they used to have a section in the lunchroom where all the animation students just play games all day. So while I was on break, I rewatched Dragon Ball Z. I rewatched Yu Yu Hakusho. I remember right before I was about to graduate college, I had never watched One Piece, but I sat and spent 2 months and a half and watched from 0 to 700 episodes. So and it was
700 episodes.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it was I enjoyed it. I'll never take that back because it was this what this about? Because me and my brother he was keeping saying, "Wait, you need to watch it. You need to watch it." So I was like, all right, boom, and then I was like, wow, this is one of the greatest stories ever. So I gain so much different inspiration in my real life from these fictional characters, and there's so many different lessons that you learn. But you know, the hard part about growing up is your parents don't see it the same way. They just see it as a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
Well, I feel very privileged because my mother was always very supportive of anything I wanted to do. I came from a single parent home, so I didn't really have to worry about whatever my dad thinks or thought or continues to think. But I was very lucky to have both a mother and a sister who, you know, just supported me. I mean, you know, maybe my sister might have made fun of me a little bit in when we were younger, but not so much anymore. If anything, like I got more pushback from peers, like got made fun of in high school and stuff for watching Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and all of those. Now, it's cool to be a geek all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Funny how that works, huh?
You telling me. So it was like, especially like in the 2000s. Okay, because first, a lot of people didn't know Dragon Ball Z was actually anime and Pokemon was anime. Because, you know, you only know the English dub versions. But like 2000s, like, you know, you see a lot of, not OVAs, the AMVs they'll combine Linkin Park with like Naruto clips or One Piece clips or Bleach clips. And then you'd be like, oh, this look cool, because after Dragon Ball Z ended, everybody was looking for the next thing. And then everybody gravitated towards Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. And along the way, you know, you had Full Metal Alchemist come along, different other shows. And now we in a new age where you have like One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Seven Deadly Sins. There's some, you know, Doctor Stone and Demon on it, or whatever. So now, like, geek culture is all popular. Like, everybody wants to dress up that. And
Yep. I think the Marvel movies also really push that.
yeah. Yeah, for real, because not until, like, you know, before 2008, people, you know, oh, that's geek stuff. But as soon as it blew up, it became pop culture, and, you know, you got references and music and like that.
You know, it's crazy. I always wanted to cosplay. From the minute I learned what cosplaying is, I wanted to do it. But what really made me push to do it was the reaction to Black Panther, where everybody came out in the African print. I was like, oh, okay, so the Bahamas is ready for this then. Okay, cool.
That was the first time?
That was the first time I'd seen them come out and cosplay.
Oh, so that's the first time you cosplay? Or?
No, I cosplayed for the first time December of last year.
Oh.
And I've just been trying to be consistent, and, you know, I really got into it more as a way to build a community. And then I didn't even realize you had done a Black Panther shoot until I saw it. Renee Caesar had linked me with you, and I saw your Black Panther shoot. I was like, oh shit, somebody else is doing this.
Yeah. The thing about it is, like I said, I was living abroad, and when the first time I went to a comic book convention was 2014. So I always had these mass ideas, like, bro, I'd live for the day if I could do a whole, because I'm a filmmaker by heart, and then, you know, being around it, learning it, knowing that Marvel shoots their movies, like, not that far from me, because they shoot a lot of them in Atlanta. And just understanding, like, yo, I would like to shoot a scene where I get all the Power Rangers versus Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Because, like, they have a whole, like, Stormtrooper corps, like, in different cities where people just come and build their own.
And it's hilarious because that's exactly the sort of thing I wanted to do. Is I'm a storyteller by heart.
Yeah.
So, like, I wanted to set up these scenes and these fight scenes and, like, tell a story with all of my shoots. So, yeah, it's the same, that same way, like, because I've seen so many, like, fan series, like,
fan fiction.
Have you seen, like, the Batgirl one that they did on YouTube a while back? It was pretty good.
No, I have seen some stuff bad in the sun up then when they do the live reaction, and I watch, I hear Death Battle, and then I saw a series where they did on the Mario characters.
Yeah.
And then that prompted me to go shoot my own, like, you know, series involving video game characters, but putting them in real life, and me getting all the props. Because I have all, like, the Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, and Wario caps at home.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, that was 2015. So eventually, I just was like, last year, I just was like, yo, I love Black Panther. I've been wanting to do this. I've been know about the character before people. I've been waiting for Black Panther. I was waiting for Black Panther, the movie, from like 2013. When I first
Same.
started, or whatever.
Same.
And a lot of different other things, like, you know, because because I'm in the industry, I know about things that are about to happen years in advance. So I always wanted to cosplay, so I just was like, all right, you know, I was going through creative rut.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know, instead of creating my typical way, I was like, let me build a costume. Because first I was going to get this made, but then, you know, the person didn't have the time, so I just...
You built it yourself?
Yes.
That's incredible. I didn't know that.
Listen, I put the glitter. I took a whole Saturday. Boom, okay. All right, I want it because the mask is how it is. Or whatever. Since it's like not over here, I just wanted to make it look like more of a gladiator, like. So that's why I call this gladiator.
You look kind of like the original Black Panthers, like the ancient ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, the more tribal looking ones.
So I wanted to look tribal, you know, with the loincloth.
Yeah.
And the
No, man, you do
It looks good.
You did a really
So,
good
like,
job.
you know,
It looks good.
So I was like, yo, I want to do this. And then I had friends who were photographers. So I was like, every year for my birthday, because my birthday was just last Sunday, I'm going to do a cosplay every year and take photos. So like,
Awesome.
last year was this. This year,
Is something else?
stay tuned because it's coming on the next side.
When is your birthday?
On Sunday, it was this past Sunday.
You're a Scorpio. Way to go.
No, I'm not.
Oh. It's fine. It's cool.
I'm close enough.
Yeah, October is still cool.
Yeah, I'm an
It's still
October
cool.
baby.
You know, I've never actually been to a con. I'm going to my first con this week. I'm going to Rhode Island Comic Con.
Okay, so why you chose there?
Because it was kind of like, I really need to go to a con. And so I like forced myself, and then I found out one of my friends from the internet is going. So I was like, okay, I'll try to go to that one. And that was the closest that I could build up the funds to do it.
Okay, that's dope because I would
To say something, I think.
I would implore anybody who's in geek culture. Hopefully, one day, I pray that we have a comic book convention in the Bahamas.
Hey, if anybody wants to sponsor the Geek Out, maybe we can make it into one.
Yes, but you know, but on a deeper conversation, why do you think people love dressing up as different characters? And, you know, different comic book characters and things like that.
Well, I can't speak for everyone else, but I for me and for the people that I've looked up to in the cosplay community, they've all done it because, you know, it's at first it's a form of self-expression. You express yourself through the characters that you love, and it also is about bringing a sense of positivity. Again, I really wanted to get into cosplay to kind of build a community down here. I wanted to show that it could be done. It could be done well. It could be fun. And if you just allow yourself to, like, get into it, you know, it could be a really positive thing for Bahamians because the future, you know, we're headed in a very inclusive future, or we want to build a very inclusive future. So I think it's very important to show that this inclusion is happening, you know? This wave is happening.
Do you feel like everybody sometimes wants to break from reality and become something else?
Definitely.
And that's why we love...
And I think especially like filmmakers and writers, like we understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like, you know, doing cosplay, you know, you identify with characters that, I mean, because obviously these fictional characters are based off of real life people, but enhanced with whether, like, you know, mythical powers or certain enhancements where that wouldn't be normally possible.
Right.
But, you know, the story is still a reflection on humanity.
Yes.
So, you know, that's why, you know, I love, you know, reenacting or becoming something different. Because it's like, you know, it's almost like you almost being an actor. Everybody can't, you know, be some big-time actor and
Exactly.
perform some big role.
No.
But you could go on Amazon or even go to Home Fabric if you're that creative. And, you know,
I know some amazing designers who actually, you know, a lady did these for me. She's actually here. Her name is Emerald Sands, the painted chick. She built my bracers for me.
That's dope.
Yeah, they cool.
Yeah.
mind you, I have some friends who into anime, like into it.
Yeah.
But for the way y'all eyes lighten up and how y'all talking about this, it
Yeah, you know
give
it's
me a
real.
different,
It's real.
yeah, give me a
It's
different
real.
perspective, man.
No, because like, listen, I spend like Sunday mornings when I wake up before I go to church. I have anime Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, cause One Piece drops like Saturday. I wait until Sunday. With My Hero Academia, if I didn't catch it on Saturday, I watched that. Then Boruto came out today. A couple, probably something new. Probably I didn't watch Seven Deadly Sins today. But I probably didn't do that.
Seven Deadly Sins is anime?
Yes.
It's
Oh.
a series called Seven Deadly Sins.
I heard about it, but I didn't know it was anime.
Yeah, it's an
that's
anime.
cool.
Yeah.
So you know, it's good, bro. So you would have, and then actually Monday, Black Clover would come on.
Yeah.
And then like usually when One Punch Man comes back, it comes out on a Monday. So knowing the schedules, and be like, all right. When other people, I watch other live action stuff or like different dramas, but like it's always a slot for me to pick up on anime, and then anime always helps, like
Unwind.
unwind as well as give me ideas. Like
Yeah.
One Piece helped me to write a lot of different like fictional narratives and things like that. Because it's like if you look at it as from writer to writer, no matter if it's fictional or non-fictional, it would be basically like it's the same thing, same inspirations, the same thought process. You have to break down, have character arcs for different things. So same thing. But are you into video games as well?
Yes.
All right, so tell us, because obviously, because of her comments earlier, she was like, you probably was around when Street Fighter first came out.
Yep.
So.
My best friend and I, anytime we would have a sleepover, we would try to kick each other's ass in Street Fighter, and I would play Cammy and she would play Chun-Li.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I do try to cosplay characters who have a connection with in some way, and I was always interested in like military and military history. So like Cammy, she really spoke to me at first, and then when I got deeper into the character and learned all of her stuff and got good at playing her, then the love took off from there.
Interesting.
So I loved Street Fighter. I used to play Darkstalkers with Morgan and Felicia, those.
Okay.
Yeah. There were a few other fighting games, Soul Calibur. I was mostly a fighting game person, and I used to watch like my sister play like Tomb Raider and stuff. So
I used to play Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So basically that sounds like that's the whole inspiration behind your different, like how you choose a character. Like what's your process behind it, and how do you go from idea to conception to reality?
I plan my shoots out and my looks out way in advance. The only time that's not true is when the Geek Out is like, "Hey, we're doing this theme," and I'd be like, "Oh,
You don't have that.
let me try to find something really quick." Because I do try to stick to a theme with the Geek Out, but with my own shoots, like I planned them well in advance. I knew exactly which characters I was going to do first. I have a long list of ones that I plan to do in future. I make Pinterest boards. I put a bunch of photos and references and quotes and things just to keep my brain flowing and thinking of what story do I want to tell with that character, or what does that character mean to me, and how can I portray that in my shoots. Yeah.
So do you actually design, where do you go to like source your material? Are you like make
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon. I do want to get into like making my own costumes, but I'm still learning how to do that. I have a sewing machine. I just haven't touched it yet because I'm afraid.
Okay.
But Amazon, I use RPC Studio. Etsy is good.
I
As
heard about
well.
that.
Yeah, Etsy is good for finding, like, you can find a really good Black Panther mask on there. They're expensive, though.
Yeah.
Because, people make their own stuff, so it's kind of understandable. But Amazon is like, if I can find it on there first, I'm going with Amazon. Like, this was a leotard. This was a whole, like, ballet.
This is a leotard as well.
Yeah, so I just cut off the sleeves and went with that.
You may make it happen.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, one day, I remember one year, I was watching like a cosplay convention. And
Sorry.
then I saw this dude design this dope Nova costume, and it would cost like $1,300, and I was like, I pay every dime because it looked exactly like I was like,
What amazes me is people like, I don't know if you've seen him, but Don in the Aquaman.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah,
Jeez. And he made that. And he made that. And it looks incredible. It looks almost screen accurate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on that level.
Beast Boy is pretty cool too.
Beast Boy is pretty cool.
I wanted to get a picture with him.
My friend Delano Mark, who's a fashion designer, created his costume.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like hand in hand with the whole, I guess, costuming, cosplay culture. It's like, we want to build like a stronger like film industry here in the Bahamas. So that I think those two walk hand in hand. And I remember I had this question by a coworker probably 2 weeks ago. And he said, do you think because you are a filmmaker, that's why you're so heavy into the comic books and fanfiction? And I was like, yes.
I think it definitely has something to do with it.
How in the last 10 to 15 years, how Hollywood has embraced the comic book culture and everything like that.
Because you remember when they used to make like really campy like comic books, and now they're actually taking them seriously.
Exactly, like, first, with the Dark Knight and then, the whole MCU, and now, we just recently had the release of the Joker, which people don't realize, this is a comic, but it feels so real, and now, like you take these characters very seriously. So,
but no, I think if you're creative in some way, and you were born in the generation that we were born into, that there's a heavy connection there. And again, sometimes it's just people don't want to be seen a certain way, so they don't admit to liking certain things. Because like I said, again, I used to get teased in high school for like loving Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon, and now all of a sudden that I did the cosplay shoots, I have people from high school, the same people who were making fun of me like, hey, what you're doing is really cool. I'm like, hey, thanks.
See, the thing about it is always going out on a limb and being true to yourself.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. But we about to take a quick short break. And on the next side, we're going to break down, what's our favorite, like, fictional character, why, And then Shannon's going to give us some more in-depth knowledge on, the future of cosplay, comic books, and everything in the Bahamas, as well as more other things about the Geek Out. We'll be back on Erryting Kool. Wakanda forever.
Hi, this is Lord Jaylin Willard, your favorite Zaddy from Erryting Kool, and this episode is sponsored by nobody. Now, if you would like to sponsor an episode of Erryting Kool, feel free to email us at theoriginalpeople@gmail.com, or you can slide in our DMs on Instagram at The Original People Network, or on Facebook, The Original People Network. Now back to your scheduled programming.
Does anybody want to say the oath?
I'm trying to remember it. I'm trying to remember the whole thing.
All right.
By brightest day, blackest night, I lost it.
No evil
shall escape my sight.
And those who worship evil's light.
Beware my power, Green Lantern's light. I did it.
So we back on the show. Actually, let me hold this right here.
I'm one of those people who gets anxiety, so I don't do well with tests.
Listen, don't worry about it at all. You were here with one of the galaxy's finest heroes of the the great Green Lantern Corps.
And the Green Lantern that I grew up with. So
yes. That's important.
That's very important.
Oh, because shout out to I think the whole DC animated universe is something that's basically totally slept on.
Yes.
Because if you think about, they started with the Batman the animated series. Then you had Superman the animated series, and they all had spin-off characters. Then you had Justice League Unlimited, as well as Static Shock.
Batman Beyond
as well.
Which is also really slept on.
Yes. Actually, I rewatched that series about 2-3 years ago as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, as well as Static Shock. So, people don't talk about that, how that was just gold and it was slapped on and it went away, and like it isn't as celebrated as it should be. But where do you think the whole comic book cosplay culture can go in the Bahamas? Because obviously, besides the cosplayers, we have comic book artists. Shout out to Maj Jokin.
Shout out to Daniel Russell.
Yeah.
Shout out to any aspiring comic book artists. I think there are a few upcoming ones. Yeah.
Yeah, as well as, I mean, just stay tuned because...
Just stay tuned.
Because I just remember I can't say what I want to say because they ain't announced it yet, but just stay tuned. So...
I know how that is.
My question before y'all,
uh,
is anime truly just Japanese cartoon?
I think
There's
it's a
some
genre.
debate. Yeah, there's some debate about that because recently other countries have started doing...
Like French?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the French people started doing like animes. And like personally, there's a part of me that wants to be like, anime is just Japanese animation. But then there's another part of me that's like, you know what?
I think
it's
the
a style. Yeah, it's a
stylistic
style now. It's becoming more and more that other people are doing it because, Daniel Russell just released a Bahamian manga. So I kind of can't take that away from people. That is the style. It is very manga-like. And it's better for I'm learning to embrace it rather than like clinging to it and say no, it's only Japanese anime.
And manga, what'd you say?
Manga
is Japanese comics.
That's the
So
book.
usually what'll happen is they'll make the books first and then adapt it to an anime. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, how you have comic books and comic book shows and live action. Similar.
Okay.
So, but like growing up, I always like me and my friends in primary school always used to say, "Yo, we gonna make a comic book and you gonna do this and you gonna do that and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera,"
Yep.
and just go leave home for a while and come back and see so many people are doing it, and then there's the first Bahamian animated series about to launch very soon.
Nassau Rock. Yep.
Nassau Rock.
Highly anticipate that.
Highly anticipated. Did you know? I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but some members of Erryting Kool is on that show.
Oh, nice. That's very nice. I know some people who are also voice actors for it, so I'm very excited
Yes.
for them. I was supposed to audition, but life got hectic, so I'm very sad that I missed out.
Yes. So I ain't gonna say nothing more beyond that. So yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, just to see the whole development, man, and it's just like, yes, we finally, this is like we were kids, we grew up on this. It's impossible for us not to want to participate in an existing culture that's already out.
Yep. As to your question about where there is to go in the Bahamas, the sky is the limit now. We're basically setting the standard. Ashley is with the Geek Out. Did not know anybody was doing this. She really put her money where her mouth was in terms of building this into what it is, and I so applaud her for it and thank her profusely for allowing me to be even a small part of it. With me, sorry, my hat keeps falling off. I wanted to do the same thing with the cosplay community. I wanted to be very cost positive. I wanted it to include diversity, different, not just in terms of skin color or anything, but body types. Like you should feel comfortable being any character that inspires you.
Yeah.
And that's really what I'm passionate about. So like I started including more people on my shoots, trying to do more.
I need to come on a shoot.
Yes, you do. We need to collab. we need to collab. I don't have.
All right.
I think the only DC character I have right now is Catwoman.
All right.
But we can link.
Yeah, see.
But yeah, I really want to include more and invite anybody who wants to collaborate with me. Send me a message on Instagram. I'm there on SJ Slay's Cosplay. I'm willing to work with just about anyone. If you're passionate about a certain character and you want help pulling it off, I will try to help you as best as I can. In fact, a lot of people have come to me recently, and I feel like I've sort of become like a cosplay consultant.
I mean, you might as well. Like,
That's good.
I next year I really want to. It's my intention because I love. Everything I'm about is about togetherness and
Yes.
about, building a whole group of people and things like that. So what I want to do, I want to have a massive group cosplay. Like everybody be Power Rangers
Yep.
or Jedi Knights or
Yep.
Stormtroopers or even the Incredibles or, you know, me and my brother was like, something easy to do. Everybody could be K&D operatives.
Yep.
And then we just make
Like-
the 2x4 technology. Like, I was like, yo,
Same wavelength.
you know.
In fact, Kadish and I, he was the first person I ever collaborated with. So I saw his Spider-Man costume and I was already doing a Spider-Gwen thing. So I was like, hey, let's link up. Let's do a shoot because, you know, even with her whole history, it was really easy to storyboard it. But like, we want to put out a massive like Spider-Man group theme shoot
Yeah,
soon.
we might as well.
So you need to get like a spider costume.
Yeah, I saw last night a terrific Miles Morales costume and it had the blazer.
Yeah.
I was like, I woke up and I was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. I want.
Forbes. His last name was Forbes, right? The guy who was doing it.
I don't know who
No.
it was.
Yeah, I think Kadish tagged me in that this morning. But yeah, I saw it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I want to do. If I do a Spider-Man, I want to do his like homemade homecoming
Yes. Yeah. That's all.
I don't like, you know, I'm like a hoodie, like simple and with the glove.
I also like Scarlet Spider's look
Yeah.
with the hoodie.
With the hoodie and then the
really
rip.
simple red. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, you know, something of that nature, or, you know, one of my other costumes, I told my brother this morning, I think I'm gonna play 90s static.
Yes.
like with the hat, with the Malcolm X hat and the whole like bodysuit with the like green gauntlet.
Yeah.
Not the green, the yellow gauntlets or whatever, or something else, or like, you know, even I wanted to get the gold Power Ranger from Zeo costume.
Yeah, that'd be solid.
Like, well, you know, I was like something like that or whatever, like, or, you know, either like a Kamen Rider costume or,
Yes.
like, you know,
Kamen Rider.
yeah. So like, you know, I just expansive with it, and it's just like whatever happens, we gonna see next year.
And one of the things I like about cosplay is like, you're not limited to what other people are doing. Just because you see me cosplaying as Cammy White today doesn't mean you can't go out and cosplay as Cammy White. There's no ownership of the character. You can be whoever you want. It doesn't matter who did it first. It's about putting your own spin on it. And that's really what I'd like to encourage people to do is don't take it as a competition. Don't take it as anything, you know.
We're having reactions because people tripping out
Yes.
like, you saw me in one thing and now I'm in the next. But I changed like Superman,
It's
bro.
like,
just
who
go
are
in the
you?
bathroom.
Cosplayer thing that.
Oh man. Well, yeah, we having a good time here.
That's okay.
So, yeah, so like, you know, you could cosplay as anything, like, because I did Panther or whatever, like, you know,
Apparently, we're having a movie announcement.
yeah. So, like, it's crazy.
Lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on.
People excited. You know, I love this energy. Like, this take me back. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I appreciate this because I went to it.
Exactly.
Whatever, like.
But also because like we've never had something like it. So
That's it.
like I'm excited for like the youth them
The
who
youth
have
them.
it now.
Yeah.
Because it's like I would have loved something like this. Actually, I don't know. I wonder if I might have been too shy to come to something like this when I was younger. But now like I have that whole confidence to do it. But this new generation seems to be they're coming out.
Yeah. Big up, big up. Well, yeah, people just passing by, you know. They're looking at Cammy White. They're not looking at paying attention to
They are
John Stewart.
looking. They are. That's just my friend Hiram. He's a
All right.
photographer.
Okay.
He's the photographer I work predominantly with.
Oh, excellent,
Yeah.
Oh,
excellent.
okay.
But yeah, man, I feel like a kid in a candy store or whatever. Like, you know, I really... one thing I dream of doing besides the whole, like, you know, massive... You know how they have reenactments with the Civil War? Like,
Yes.
besides the reenactment, the Power Rangers with Stormtrooper thing. I don't know if you ever heard of SantaCon, what they hold in the U.S.
No.
So SantaCon, every Christmas, you have thousands of people dressed up like Santa Claus and rush down.
You know what's hilarious is
Yeah.
I was in New York last year around that time. And we just saw a bunch of people like in Santa Claus costumes and we were like, what the hell is going on? So now I know that's probably what it was.
Yeah, that's SantaCon. And I want to do a Santa Con here.
That would be
and
so
we
good.
either run down some street or even have a cosplay parade.
Well, I mean, the only way it's going to get done is if you really push for it.
Listen.
So it's on you
whoever
now.
watching out there,
It's on you now.
let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen, man. Listen, I know probably not everybody who's into geek culture is here presently, but I know a lot of y'all watch this show, young and old, and y'all be like, y'all follow me. Because actually, I've had people, I don't know them, but a friend of mine told me, oh, isn't that Justin who was Black Panther? I'm like, what? I don't know
Yep.
this was.
A person, a lot of people come up to me lately and they're like, cosplay girl. I'm like, SJ Slays, but yeah. Yes. And it's kind of crazy. I wasn't really prepared for that, but it is what it is, and I learned to embrace it.
Yeah, you got to learn to embrace it.
Yeah.
You know? But I was like, now I'm known for Black Panther. I know at work they reposted my pictures from me last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then when some people saw this, when I did the photo shoot earlier this week, they was like eyes. I'm really a superhero in real life.
In real life, yeah. Yep.
Like for real.
They just call you Justin, eh?
They just call me Justin, but I could change into whatever.
You could.
But this is dope.
This thing opened my eyes today, though, because I'm an artist, and I don't know if you see my artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would like to see your artwork.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Like Cheryl. Actually, now that I remember, Cheryl is the creator of our logo and everything. Cool. Nice fun fact. So we have the artists in the building. I had to let her come on this. The bigger herself up.
Yeah.
Show us some love. And then even her behind her mask, she does all her vlogs and everything with her mask on. So
I draw.
Yeah.
You could come see my drawings in the back there.
I've seen some art. I don't know if it's yours.
Probably
but
not.
I've seen some art,
Probably not.
Like,
Mine's not that great, but you can still see it.
I'll take a look.
But yeah.
I'll take a look.
But that's dope. So what do you want to see SJ cosplay go to? What you plan to achieve after you coming back
From
your
Rhode Island?
comic? Yeah.
From Rhode Island. Well, the next big thing is next month's Geek Out, which is going to be Pokemon themed. So we're doing a Pokemon themed competition. I'm not saying who I'm going to be, but I'm not saying who I'm going to be. I've already done Misty, but
Yes.
I'm not saying who I'm going to be.
Okay.
If you follow me on Instagram, though, it's very possible. It's very easy to tell who I might be.
Okay.
But yes, so I'm also a judge for the cosplay competition in that. And I'm having my costume made by the wonderful Delano Mark. So that should tell you that no, I'm not going to be Misty.
Okay. Is Delano Mark good?
He's incredibly good. Did you see my Lady Mormont costume? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'll show you. But yeah, he's very good. He's actually a fashion designer. So
Okay.
yeah.
Delano, I will be visiting you.
I'll give you his number.
All right, because I got ideas. I always tell fashion designers because I love fashion. I love how people manipulate fabric and turn it into something amazing.
And that's another thing I love about cosplay is, you don't have to do the screen accurate version of a character. You can just put your own spin on it or make it avant-garde or make it whatever you want it to be. And that's another reason why I like to utilize our Bahamian fashion designers as a way to also support them in their line of work.
I know y'all hearing all this. No,
Yeah,
listen,
sorry.
it's live here right now at Geek Out. We geeking out. Oh.
You're good.
Hold on, no, twist it back.
What she did?
Oh,
No, she changed the frame. Hold on, fix it. Turn it to the left. No, yes. This way. Turn it. No,
you're good.
faster, no more.
More.
More. Right there.
Good. Right there.
Right there. All right.
Thank you.
Back to what I was saying. Everybody geeking out. Actually, I should go get some. I'm probably gonna have some cutaways, and the thing was, I'm probably gonna get some behind the scenes footage and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I probably stay in this costume for a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But
Are you signing up for the cosplay competition?
I didn't even plan on to. I don't think.
But are you? But are you though?
I don't know which one to enter.
I would enter Black Panther if I were you.
Then
It's
that
just
means
what,
I gotta go
I'm a
change it.
judge though, so like I'm biased, and like I can't say that would be biased.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I want to come up with something different, like, you know, probably. And you say I'm probably going to compete probably next year.
Okay.
So, wow, that's...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're geeking out here. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. This is so much energy in the room, beautiful people. I don't know. But let's wrap this up. Final words?
Come to the Geek Out in November. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook at SJ Slays Cosplay. We need to set up a collab shoot.
We need to set up a collab shoot.
Yes, we do.
Yes. And then, Cheryl, any final words?
Any final words?
I've learned a lot.
She's learned a lot,
Learned a
people.
lot.
She's learned a lot.
Yeah.
She
Y'all
ain't
could
scared-
definitely. Yeah,
She
yeah.
ain't scared to be free no more. She ain't scared to be free no more.
Yeah,
So
man.
that's what we gotta say. My final words. Like, be true to yourself, bro. You're a hero, you know.
Anyone,
like that.
as they said in Into the Spider-Verse, anyone can wear the mask.
Anybody can
And
wear
it
them.
could even be you.
Once you behave and ain't.
Once you behave.
But
Once you
don't
behave.
Don't behave.
Don't behave at the Geek Out.
No behavior, bro. Just be a rude boy or girl, you know? See what I'm saying? But like that, we're going to be out. Thank you for watching Erryting Kool. Please follow us on all our platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow SJ Cosplays to keep up with Shannon's latest updates, trends, and styles of the geek culture. Also, I think it's Geek 242 and everything.
Yes. I started, because I wanted to build a community, I built a Facebook and Instagram account to promote and highlight other Bahamian cosplayers, as well as to put on productions similar to the ones that you were talking about. And it's 242 Cosplayer Nation on Facebook and 242.cosplayer.nation on Instagram.
Yes. And then, you know, you can follow me, Lord Jaylin Willard, Facebook, Viva La J with Twitter, Justin Anton Alexander on Williamson on Facebook. Because I'm about to drop, actually the day this drops, I got other things dropping on my other platforms. So stay tuned. Shannon, I thank you again.
Thank you.
This has been a couple months in the making.
Yes.
Because I reached out to you for, must say, like June or something.
Yeah.
So we've been communicating for a while. We've been planning this for a while. And I just happy to see this come to fruition. Peace, love, tranquility. Yeah, you see.
All right.